You ever had one of those nights where your whole life flips in a heartbeat? I did. Right out on my ranch lake, standing on my old fishing boat, coffee steaming in my hand, thinking I'd have a little peace for once. Yeah, right. Sirens start wailing, painting the water with blue and red, and who do I see pacing the marina? Hands on hips, voice sharp enough to slice steel. That's right, Karen, the HOA president herself, barking into her phone like she's ordering airstrikes. You know the type. Next thing I know, half the HOA is there too, recording me on their phones, snickering like they're watching the best show in town. Karen screaming, "You can't park that boat there. This is HOA property." But I just take a slow sip of coffee and yell back, "This is my ranch, my water, and my boat. Unless the HOA suddenly annexed half the county you're trespassing." She just waves her hand like she's queen of the dock, telling me the marina's theirs, and I'm the one breaking the law. Right then, 2 police cars screech up, gravel flying. The crowd whoops and hollers like they just won the lottery. I see Officer Barnes leading the charge, looking ready for a showdown. Karen jumps in before he can speak. "Arrest him. He's breaking every rule we got." I keep my cool because my phone's buzzing in my pocket. "My attorney. 6 words. The papers are ready. Sign now." I almost laughed out loud. So while everyone's staring me down expecting me to panic, I pull out my phone and sign the final doc right there on my boat, just as calm as you please. My lawyer calls instantly. "Congrats, you own the marina." I walk up to Karen, smile wide. "8 minutes ago, this was yours. Now it's mine." She goes white as a ghost. The officers just freeze. The HOA folks put their phones down, looking at each other, trying to figure out if they just filmed the wrong guy getting arrested. But before I can really savor it, a black SUV roars into the marina, nearly clipping a cruiser. Out jumps a guy in a sharp suit, eyes wild, and he's pointing right at me, yelling, "We need to talk before this gets ugly." Whole place goes dead quiet. Everyone's holding their breath. Karen's eyes bug out. "Who's this?" I shrug, but he storms up, gets in my face and says, "I'm the one who used to own this marina, and you just walked into something way bigger than a property squabble." He shoves a thick folder at me, photos, paperwork, all stamped confidential. I flip through and see nighttime shots of boats that sure as hell don't belong to anyone from the neighborhood, no numbers, nothing but shadows. He leans in and whispers, "Those boats aren't here for fishing. You're the new landlord for some dangerous people." My stomach drops. The air is thick. Everyone's on edge, and Karen is finally speechless, maybe for the first time in her life. Then comes the real twist. 2 big black boats come tearing across the lake, way too sleek, way too fast to be out for base. 4 men in dark jackets jump onto the dock, sunglasses on faces like they haven't smiled since the last century. One of them looks me up and down. "You the new owner?" I say, "Yeah. What's it to you?" He smirks, says, "Good, because now you answer for what happens next." The suit grabs my arm, whispering, "Don't talk, not here." HOA folks start scattering, but Karen stands her ground, or at least tries to write up, until one of those guys pulls out a thick envelope stuffed with cash and tosses it at my feet. "First payment," he says. "You keep this marina open for us, no questions." Cops go for their weapons, but nobody wants to blink first. Karen starts shrieking, "Call the FBI, he's working with criminals," and the dark jacket guys turn to look at her. One cracks his neck. "Who's that?" She talks too much. He starts moving her way, and I step in. "Leave her out of this? Your problem's with me." He grins. "Then you'd better be smart about it." Suddenly a flare gun fires, painting the marina blood red. Off in the distance, more boats are coming in hot. The dock turns into a circus, cops yelling HOA, filming Karen clutching her pearls. The suits at my side hissing, "You're not dealing with an HOA anymore. You just bought their smuggling point." My head's spinning. I came here to teach Karen a lesson, not walk into a war zone. The guy with the scar leader no doubt rips the HOA sign right off the dock, tosses it into the water, and says, "This is ours now." I fire back, "I signed the papers." "I own this place." He laughs, paper burns, and opens up a metal case filled with more cash than I've seen in one place. This is your cut as long as you keep quiet. Things go from bad to nightmare. He threatens me work with them or disappear. Just then, a package bursts open on the dock. Black-wrapped bundles spill everywhere. Officer Barnes has seen enough. You're all under arrest. But the scarred man just presses a remote, and boom! A boat explodes out on the water, flames roaring. Next time, it won't be an empty boat. He whispers in my ear, "TikTok ranch boy, sunrise." Then they vanish, leaving everyone shaking. Before I can think, a helicopter swoops in. Spotlights, wind-whipping chaos all over again. The suit grabs me, yelling, "Run!" We're dodging cops, running through the smoke, the sound of engines and blades chasing us all the way to my truck. We speed off, but 4 black SUVs come out of nowhere chasing us down winding back roads. I'm white-knuckling the wheel, the suits barking directions, and the SUVs are relentless, trying to force us off the road, popping tires, anything to stop us. We barely escape by tearing down a hidden path thanks to a flare and a sliding gate that opens just in time. We bounce through the woods, lose them at a rickety old bridge that looks like it should have collapsed years ago. On the other side, an old cabin deep in the trees. Out comes Jack, tough as nails, beard like barbed wire, and the only guy who knows how to survive out here. He's got that look like he's seen this before and lived to warn the rest of us. He lets us in, tells me I just inherited a war, not a marina. There's a boom in the distance. Jack figures they torched the dock already. They don't keep promises, son. You want to keep your land, you fight. No time to argue. Engines roar, headlights pierce the woods. Jack hands me a gun, tells me it's sink or swim. The shootout starts. SUVs tear into the clearing guys, pouring out with rifles. Jack fires. I cover the window. The suits popping shots, too real Hollywood stuff, but it feels like death is right outside. Grenade rolls across the floor. Move! We barely dive for cover before half the cabin explodes. We're running out of ammo, outnumbered, but Jack's not out of tricks. He hits a remote boom. The ground erupts. SUVs flip, attackers scramble. We bolt through the woods, find a hidden cave, and hole up there, shaking and bruised but alive. Jack lights a lantern, tells me straight, this is bigger than any HOA or land fight. Those men, those boats, they run everything from here to the next county. But Jack's got a plan. We hit their supply boats at sunrise, send a message. So we haul explosives to a cliff, sweat running, cold hands shaking as we plant them. Just as the boats come into range, more attackers jump us. Standoff on the cliff. Jack smiles, presses the detonator, and the whole lake explodes. Boats split fire on the water, chaos below. We fight off the last goons, but the sound of a helicopter drowns everything. Jack grabs a rocket launcher. Yeah, a rocket launcher blasts the chopper clean out of the sky. Trees burn, the ground shakes, and for a second it's dead quiet. But the suit's phone buzzes, his face goes white. That wasn't the main force. That was just the first wave. Jack grins, shotgun slung over his shoulder. Let him come. The real war is just getting started. Sun rises over a battlefield, smoke curling over what used to be my quiet little marina. Karen's probably still out there blaming me, but you know what? I'd take this chaos over bowing to her rules any day. So now I'm sitting here, shotgun in hand, waiting for whatever comes next. And I've got to ask if it was you. Would you fight for your land or cut and run? Go ahead, let me have it in the comments. Who's right, who's wrong, and what does justice look like when the whole world's gone crazy?